What's up YouTube, this is Street. Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, it's been a while. I haven't uploaded a video in about 3 weeks, and the reason for that is I was kind of busy with my work, and of course we had about 3 weeks of non-stop rain, which is unusual. But yeah, rain, work, I got too busy, and now we're back at it. So before we start riding, I would like to show you guys what I have added to my bike. I have 2 mods that I've added so far. There's another mod on the way, which is going to be a surprise. I'm not going to tell you what it is now, but most of you probably do know. The first mod that I have is this fly screen wind protector. It's actually pretty good. This is not the OEM Yamaha accessories piece. The one from Yamaha actually cost 3 or 4 times the price of this one. And this one I got from AliExpress. It cost me about 35 to 40 bucks American. And it got shipped in about, I don't know, 2 weeks. I don't see any difference. I have seen the original model and it looks exactly the same apart from the screws, which are black. So I'm thinking about maybe taking them out later and painting them, spray paint them in black or maybe a different color. But when it comes to function and looks, it functions as the OEM and it looks exactly like the OEM. And the second piece I've added on this bike is this tank grip. This middle anti-scratch tank grip. These side tank grips functions are actually to grip the bike with your knees, with your legs. But the one in the middle, I don't know. I think it's full function. Other than the aesthetic look it provides, it looks great. Other than that, protects the tank from your belt, maybe from your suit. If you have something in between that could scratch the tank, this will actually protect it. And of course I got this from AliExpress as well. It cost me about $4 to $5, I guess. I mean, the OEM one is not that expensive too, but it's still 5 times more expensive than this one. So yeah, I got these 2 pieces installed on the bike. It looks different and this functions amazingly. I don't actually like the look of this one. I like the look of the bike without it, but the way that it deflects the wind off of my stomach and more up to my neck, higher chest or neck. So function wise, it's great. Looks, I give it maybe a 50%, 5 out of 10 or 2.5 or 3 out of 5. So let's start this baby up. All right. And as usual, we got the GoPro 7 Black on the handlebar and of course the GoPro 10 Black on my helmet. I have a chin mount. If you guys want to know which chin mount this is, leave a comment and maybe I'll make a video about the mounting connections, adapters that I have on my bike in general. I sometimes use an Insta360 1R on the bike when I go on the twisty roads, but my main vlogging cameras are these 2. All right, so today we're going to talk about the 5 most important pieces of gear that you need to buy when you get a motorcycle, or even before. I mean, if you're planning to buy a motorcycle, you should plan to buy the gear before you get the motorcycle. All right, where's the exit? I think it's about here. Yeah, let's go. I mean, this weather is really strange. The air temperature, as the dash says, is 15 degrees Celsius, which is actually pretty not cold and not warm. It's okay. I mean, you could walk with a t-shirt outside. I would do it. But if you look at the sky, I mean, yo, it should be colder. It should be like 5. All right, the first and foremost important piece of gear you should buy for your motorcycle is a helmet. Yes, this is kind of obvious. Most countries do wear helmets and it's required by law, and I would like to mention that because in some countries helmets are not required. Maybe they are by law and people just don't care. The police just, I don't know, it's not something important for them. I went to Greece about 2 years ago and I was amazed by the amount of people riding bikes without any protection at all. So a helmet is like a seat belt for your motorcycle. In a car, of course, you're actually curled up in a cage with a seatbelt to protect your body from moving around in case of an accident. But when you're on a motorcycle, you have nothing to protect your head. In a car, you have an airbag, of course. On a bike, if you get into an accident, and you're not wearing a helmet, the first thing that would get damaged, or the first thing that you would hit, is your head. Because when you bump, when you crash into something, you fly forward with your heads pointing. You see, when you hit your head without a helmet, you may cause a severe concussion, which is brain injury to your head. A severe concussion which may cause permanent brain damage. Now, there are many types of helmets you can get for your motorcycles. They all come in different sizes and shapes, and of course colors. So as long as you have the DOT certification as a minimum on the helmet, you're good to go. I actually have the HJC R401 helmet. I got this helmet about a year and a half ago, and I can say that it's really comfortable. I like the style of it. It's very aerodynamic. It's a little bit noisy, but it's manageable. You could wear earplugs. Most high quality helmets are actually noisy because the focus is more on the comfort and the build, the aerodynamics of the helmet itself. So the noise cancellation is actually put aside. Whoa. Let's go. Second piece of gear you should buy for yourself when you get a new motorcycle is riding shoes or riding boots. I'm gonna tell you a quick short story on why you should get boots for your motorcycle, because I've experienced something that was very traumatic and painful because I was not wearing any shoes. So I had a 701 Supermoto about 2 years ago. I sold it last year. I was actually learning how to wheelie on that bike. The 701 Supermoto is actually a light bike and it loves to wheelie so much. So when I was learning how to wheelie the bike, I got it up to balance point and I started to work on the brake and keep myself on that balance point. The second day, I did the same thing. I did a wheelie, I got to balance point and I started coasting the bike, but suddenly I felt that it was going too far back. I tried to step on the rear brake, but for some reason the brake actually slid and I wasn't able to put the bike back down. So what happened was I looped the bike. It wasn't a power loop, it was actually a lean back or a fall back. It fell all the way back and then on the side. So what happened was my left leg, my foot was under the bike. Me and the bike together actually slid forward about, I don't know, 2 to 3 meters. So I actually stood up, did a real quick check on my body to see if I got any damage, but at that time I did not feel a thing because my body was full of adrenaline. So I actually got back on the bike, I rode back home, and once I got home I looked at my leg and I actually noticed that my left foot was damaged. The whole weight of the bike was on my left foot, sliding about 5 meters, and it actually scraped the skin off of the bone. I was wearing like regular winter shoes from a company called Bluntstone, if you know them. So I went to the hospital, did a check, did an x-ray to see if anything was broken. Luckily nothing was broken, but the rash was too extreme and very traumatic to the skin, and I couldn't walk for about 2 to 3 weeks. So let's say if I had these shoes on, the Alpenstars Jam Dry Star, I got these for winter specifically. They're actually waterproof, windproof, they're very warm, and of course they have protection all over. They're actually a good daily riding shoe. They're not for twisty mountain roads or anything crazy like that. They're just good as daily riding shoes. The third piece of gear you should buy for your motorcycle is a jacket. Now this could be a leather jacket from a two-piece suit. It could be any kind of jacket, any type of jacket, as long as it has protection. As long as it has shoulder padding, elbow padding, and of course back padding. Now these are the most crucial points of injury that people have when they get into an accident. So let's say for example you fall off the bike, you'll hit your shoulder, and if you fall forward, of course you would put your hands, I will talk about the gloves later, you would scrape your hands and your elbows, and of course your back. Your back is very, very important to protect, because of course it contains your spinal cord. Most jackets do not come with back protection. You actually need to buy the back protector separately, but I actually do advise you to get the back protection. And most of the jackets have a they have a pocket inside to allow you to add this back protector. Just make sure that you get the right size. and then your back is covered from any major injuries. And if you have the extra money, I would advise that you get a textile or leather jacket instead of just a regular mesh jacket. The textile and leather jackets are actually fantastic for abrasion. In case of a slide, you would not get any severe rashes on your body. I actually have this jacket from Alpenstars. I think it's a GP3 Plus graphite, something like that. I'll put a link below for more information on that. And I use another jacket. It's a mesh textile kind of jacket from Dainese. I'll also put a link in the description if you guys want to see what it is and order it. Fourth piece of gear you should buy is actually gloves. Gloves should have been number 2, but jackets are actually more important because the amount of protection the jacket provides is a lot more than what the gloves provide. So why are gloves so important when you ride a bike? I've seen so many people and so many friends in the community ride bikes without gloves, and I do not understand why they do that. The first contact point your body has with the ground when you fall is actually your hands. So instinctively when you fall, you put your hands out to hold your body. So unconsciously you do this, and without gloves you're actually gonna scratch the hell out of your hands. Your palms are going to be scraped on the ground. You're going to have a lot of rocks, asphalt, and a lot of bits and pieces off of the ground inside of your hand. All of that because you did not think to wear any gloves. I mean, the smallest minor falls off of a bike will actually cause some damage to your hands. So why not just buy some good quality gloves, put them on your hand, and call it a day. The ones that I have right now are not Alpenstars. They're from a different company, because they had a seal on them, and they're actually waterproof. They're okay, they're good. They're textile, waterproof, windproof, and they're moderately warm. I use these for winter. So I have 2 models from Alpenstars. I have a short daily model and a long sporty track model. What's wrong with that woman? So there are many different types of gloves on the market. You can get whatever you want, as long as they have the required necessary protection. The sliding palm pieces like the ones I have here, and of course the hard knuckle protection. The 5th piece of gear you should buy for your motorcycle is knee protection. Of course, we already protected the head, we protected the elbows, shoulders, and back. We also protected the feet. And another contact point that most people may damage in case of an accident is your knees. Your knees are as important as your feet, as your elbows, and as everything else in your body. Most suits have knee protection already built inside of them, like the jackets. But if you're wearing regular jeans like the ones I have, try not to get a cheap type. Get something that's actually very protective, that has internal padding, and of course an exoskeleton hard kind of thing, so your knees can slide on the floor and not get caught in something or in the asphalt. So there you have it. These are the 5 things that you must buy when you get a motorcycle to protect your body in case of a fall, a slide, high side, low side, or any type of accident. These things, trust me, will save your life and may reduce any type of damage on your body drastically. And that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and comment on the video and subscribe for our future content. See you in the next one.